Good afternoon, 6th and 7th period. I hope you're having a good Monday. Today I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do to accomplish two things today. The literacy rate and standard of living, and then we're going to learn about the two different types of Muslims in being Sunni or Shia. So today, if you will go to, once you log in and your 9 boxes, I want you to go to Calendar. Now, you all should have shared my calendar with yourself. And so if you've not done that, you go to Add a Friend's Calendar and you type in a little different address than normal, Chris Barrett, WCMS at gmail.com. So that is the calendar that you need to get if you do not have it. Chris Barrett, WCMS at gmail.com. So, if we click on today's date, the 14th, and we click literacy rate and standard of living, it will open up your lessons for today. So it tells you exactly what to do on your own. You do not even have to get all this instruction from your substitute. You can get it right here from me. So, it tells you what we're going to do. We're going to evaluate how literacy rate affects the standard of living. Okay, these should all be familiar terms to you from last year. So, it says that you are going to watch my video lesson titled Literacy Rate and Standard of Living on YouTube. Okay, so I will share with you how to get that, or your substitute will. Then you're going to read CRCT Coach Book, page 96. What I want you to do is I want you to read that together with your substitute. Then, I shared a document with you called Literacy Rate and Standard of Living. What you're going to do is answer the question. So, let's open that document. So what you're going to go do is you're going to go to Drive, you're going to go with Shared with Me, and you're going to look for this document, Literacy Rate and Standard of Living in the Middle East. So what it does is it defines literacy for us. It defines what gross domestic product is. And then there is this chart. So when we talk about literacy, the ability to read and write, we talk about how females usually in most countries have a less percentage of literacy than males do. Gross domestic product is the value of all goods and services within a nation in a given year. And so what we need to do is we need to look at how literacy rate compares with a country's GDP. So let's look at Afghanistan. Afghanistan's literacy rate is 28.1%. Very low when you look at the rest of the Middle East. Okay? The male literacy rate is 43.1 and the female literacy rate is 12.6. So what you do is you take the entire country's GDP and you divide it by the population. What that gets you is the per capita. Okay? So, Afghanistan's per capita is only $1,100. Let's compare that with Israel. So when we look at Israel's literacy rate at 97.1, their GDP per person is $25,800. Okay, so then let's compare that with Qatar. Qatar, a very wealthy, oil-rich country, 89% literacy rate, but look at their GDP per capita. Very small country, much less population than everywhere else, and we have an $80,900 GDP per capita. So, here is the question. If you go to the second page, you're going to define literacy rate, define standard of living. And it's all about this question, really. What generalization can be made about the relationship between national wealth and literacy? How can having a high literacy rate correlate to having a high standard of living and then having a high gross domestic product for your country? And then, how does having a low literacy rate lead to having a lower standard of living and a lower GDP? these are the things that we are going to answer today. So you're going to define these things and then answer these 6 questions. All right, so that is what you need to do for literacy rate and standard of living. But you have another thing that we need to do today as well, and that is the Sunni and Shia. So when we click on Sunni and Shia, it tells us exactly what I want you to do. I want you to read page 94 in the CRCT Coach book with your substitute. All right, so you need both. No, you just need that book today. All right, so then read the newspaper article. So what you need to do is you can highlight this, right click on your mouse and go to that website, or you can copy and paste it into the URL at the top. And what it does is it gives you a very quick read about the difference between Sunni and Shia Muslims. So it talks about Islam has 2 big sects, the Sunni and Shia, and so it talks about why they argue over Islam, and it all dates back to the death of Muhammad in 632 AD. So it's not long. That's what I want you to read there. Then there's a video that I want you to watch. So let's highlight that again, go to it, and watch it. Okay, just press play and watch it. So you need headphones. Y'all know that you need headphones to my class every day. You need to start doing that for me. Okay? So, after you answer after you do the video and you read the document, answer the following essential question on a Google Doc titled Sunni and Shia. You will create this document. You must answer in at least 3 sentences. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my drive. I'm going to go to New, Google Doc, and I told you that I wanted it to be Sunni and Shia. So I'm going to create a title. I'm going to center it, and it's going to be called Sunni and Shia. Now, when I click up here on the title name, it's going to change it automatically for me. Okay? So, what was my question? The question says, what is the reason for the division between Sunni and Shia Muslims? So I'm going to copy this into my document, and then I'm going to answer the question from what I have learned today. You need at least 3 sentences, and you can be done. All right? So here we go back to that. I've done everything that I need to do. So I have done my literacy rate and standard of living and my Sunni and Shia. If you have time at the end of this and you have headphones, you can go to cnnstudentnews.com and watch today's episode. Thanks for being awesome today. Have a good day, and I will see you tomorrow.